Good morning, children. After a long gap, again we are starting our videos. Actually, one of the important and basic chapter in class 10th, that is about the chemical reaction, not only help you to get the good marks, but also help in learning the chemistry as well as biology well. Actually, this chapter tells what is chemical reaction. In fact, it is a process in which something new is formed by the previously used substance. Actually, the substance used during this reaction is called reactant, and the new substance with new property produced is called product. Already we have learned it in biology. One of the good example of chemical reaction is photosynthesis. What happens in photosynthesis? During photosynthesis, carbon dioxide and water of the environment get converted in completely new things, that is the glucose, and oxygen is released. In fact, carbon dioxide and water that was used there, inorganic material, and the glucose produced as a product is a organic. So this is a complete new things. There was gas, here is a aqueous form of solid. So this is the chemical reaction. In fact, how we will recognize the chemical reaction? As you know from your earlier classes, chemical reaction is a type of permanent change in which reactant gets changed under certain condition into product. Here we will learn one by one with some experiment. One of the very good example is the burning of magnesium ribbon. Actually, people learn here what are the important characters that can recognize a process or the change as a chemical reaction. In fact, you should know during chemical reaction, actually change of the state takes place in reactant. Gas evolved. Third one is the color get changed. Heat may utilized or involved. A state of the material may change. So these are the characters that can recognize the chemical reaction. But one thing important at the 10th level you should know, there is actual no change in the atomic number or atomic level. Actually, rearrangement of the atoms takes place during chemical reaction. What happened in the just you learned in photosynthesis, carbon dioxide here was having the carbon and oxygen. Water is a molecule H2O having hydrogen and oxygen, and both these get combined and finally converted into glucose, that is the C6H12O6, and oxygen gas is released with water molecules. In fact, according to the conservation of the law of conservation, that is the rules of chemical reaction, nothing changed. No new substance actually formed. Only rearrangement of the atoms takes place, and that's why we already learnt in class 9, any chemical reaction, when it is written in the form of chemical status, that is the chemical equation, it should be balanced. So balanced equation shows that no actual change occurs in the number of atoms, but actually rearrangement of the atoms takes place. Now come, we will learn here with some example that is given in your NCERT book, how it shows change of state, how it shows evolution of gas, how it shows precipitation formation, how it shows change in color. Okay, now come. First of all, we will learn how the change in state occurs. Actually, in laboratory we will do this experiment. There is a magnesium ribbon. When magnesium ribbon is burnt in presence of air in a burner or lamp, very soon a dazzling light appears with formation of A's. Actually, you see here the magnesium that were the solid and oxygen gas that was in the gaseous stage now completely get changed into magnesium oxide, that is the S, with appearance of dazzling white light. So what is this? This is the chemical reaction, and in this chemical reaction what we observe, actually change in the state of the matter took place. There is another example, that is the color may change. Color may get change. How? There is one example, that is the lead nitrate. Have you heard about the lead nitrate? That is the PbNO3 whole 2 plus 2Ki. Now this is the aqueous. This is the lead nitrate. Now if you mix the aqueous lead nitrate, this is the lead nitrate solution. If this lead nitrate solution is added with potassium iodide, what you will feel? There is a chemical reaction takes place and lead oxide is formed. That is called lead oxide, and its solid state actually LOPPT. LOPPT. This is the precipitate with formation of potassium nitrate, KNO3. This is the aqueous. So this is the chemical reaction. Why it is chemical reaction? Because in this chemical reaction, color of the reactant get changed. And what happened in this chemical reaction? Lead nitrate, when added with potassium iodide, it get converted into a yellow precipitate, that is lead iodide. So this is the chemical reaction. So two things we all observe. One were change in state, where magnesium ribbon when burned in presence of oxygen, a dazzling light with ash produced, and other is the change in color. What happened here? The lead nitrate that were brownish in color when added in their aqueous solution with potassium iodide, a precipitation of lead iodide is produced with formation of potassium nitrate. Now third one, the third characteristic of this one is evolution of gas. That is the evolution of gas. Evolution means production, so evolution of gas. Now this is a very simple example. For this you will have to just collect zinc, that is a zinc granules available in our laboratory, and dilute sulfuric acid, that is also called aqueous sulfuric acid. So when we will add some granules of zinc in sulfuric acid H2SO4, that is the aqueous, it is also called dilute sulfuric acid added with water. What will happen? So when zinc granules will added in aqueous sulfuric acid, zinc sulfate is formed, that is ZnSO4. ZnSO4 with evolution of a gas that is called hydrogen gas with production of heat. So this is the third character of any chemical reaction. When chemical reaction occurs, a gas is evolved. Gas may evolve. State may get change. Second हमने पढ़ा, color may change. In the reactant, color get change. Now a gas is evolved. And here what we will observe? There is a zinc granules. Zinc granules is available. सागो की तरह, साबुदाना की तरह ये zinc granules होता है लेबोरेटरी में. उसको जब हम लोग सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड में डालेंगे, and what type of sulfuric acid should be there? Aqueous sulfuric acid, or that is called dilute sulfuric acid. But be careful when you are using the acid in laboratory, because that may cause burn, that may cause problem. So be careful
and only under the guidance of experienced person you should do this experiment. So when we add zinc granule, the equation is Zn plus H2SO4. Then what will happen? Zinc sulfate will production of hydrogen gas. Now sometimes questions appears how you will found that gas is hydrogen gas. Actually, the gas coming out, if a burning splinter is brought near the evolutionary gas, it gives a bang or a popping sound, and the production of popping sound tells that the gas produced is हाइड्रोजन गैस. ओके, सो द 3 कैरेक्टरिस्टिक. अब हम लोग इसमें एक और भी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक देख सकते हैं, दैट इज दी चेंज. वन हो गया चेंज इन स्टेट, चेंज इन कलर और इवोल्यूशन ऑफ गैस. दूसरा हीट में इवॉल्व. वी में ऐड हियर इवोल्यूशन ऑफ हीट, इवोल्यूशन और involvement of heat, involvement of heat. So evolution or involvement of heat. अब here we are observing in this chemical reaction when zinc were added with sulfuric acid, heat were evolved. So heat may evolve, and such type of chemical reaction in which heat is evolved is called exothermic reaction. But sometimes heat is required. What is heat is required? Just you heat the potassium chlorate, that is the KClO3. पोटेशियम क्लोराइड को जब आप हीट करेंगे तो पोटेशियम क्लोराइड और ऑक्सीजन गैस निकलता है, बट हेयर heat involved. So that type of reaction is called endothermic reaction. So this is a chemical reaction. Now in this video we will learn about some important types of chemical reaction. What important types of chemical reaction? That actually chemical reaction are basically divided in 4 or 5 types. What are that? That is the combination reaction. Second is decomposition reaction. Third one is displacement reaction or double displacement reaction. And fourth important one is oxidation reaction, and that is called redox reaction. We may subdivide the redox reaction as oxidation reaction and reduction reaction. Okay. So there are 4 basic types of reaction. Besides this, there are some another reactions, and that are the reversible reaction, irreversible reaction, neutralization reaction. So that is the another things. So basically reactions as indicated in your course, you have 4 types. What are that? That the combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction and reduction reaction.